A lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, it is. Evil.
Knievel.
Not our real names.
Nailed it.
Oh, you want me to do my bit? Okay, here we go.
Who are those guys?
You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent.
That might have been too much, man. Yeah, we have our new mascot. Yeah.
Hello, Mr.
Well, he did say Hannibal, so we can say, well, hello, Clarice.
Hello, Mr. Wilson.
Because that's the movie he says it in.
Good morning, Mr. Wilson. I'm having an old friend for dinner. It's getting better.
Fava beans. And a nice Chianti.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Totally improvised, ladies and gentlemen, by Sir Anthony Hopkins on the day. Did he try anything else?
Use Avion skin cream, but not today. I myself cannot.
You know, I say that so often sometimes. Like, you know, like, oh, do you see that? I myself cannot.
Just to see if anyone ever, and nobody ever does.
Most people look at you like you're a weirdo.
But I would just start laughing.
Yeah.
You know?
He's actually pretty cut.
Yeah.
He has 14 points of articulation.
Yeah, he does. I got him at Meijer. It was the only one. It was in an aisle that it shouldn't be.
Yeah, the last episode we talked about
it shouldn't have been there.
At length.
Fellas, I'm gonna leave you to it.
All right.
All right. Yeah, we've been rolling for a little while. It looks like we might have to extend the music at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we always said we wanted it to kind of casually come on in. You know, like we're conversing and they're coming in, and the camera's coming in from a distance, and they're kind of spying on us for a minute, and then we notice them.
Yeah. The curtain is kind of like pulled back just a little bit.
Yeah.
And they can kind of see like
what's going on in there. What are those guys doing? They're wearing the same clothing.
Who are those wacky guys?
They have a Hannibal Lecter doll.
Oh, see what I did there? I said, who are the... Oh.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, that was... Well, we'll see what we do in the editing process on this, but welcome, friends, to A Little Independent, the podcast where two friends talk about independent, obscure, just plain weird movies. My name's Ryan.
And I'm Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey, that's great. You haven't lost a step, kid.
Kathleen.
You're good. Kathleen Turner. She came up at a wedding I was at recently, and we were kind of playing a...
Came up, like, in person?
Yeah, well, it came up because I brought her up, because it was a movie game, and I think I got the title wrong, and I still haven't looked it up, but I like the topic was Kathleen Turner, and saying Kathleen Turner movies that you know, and I said P.J. Wachowski.
Oh, shit.
TJ, and I was like struggling through it.
She's a cop, right?
Right.
I totally forgot about that
cover,
movie.
You know, just standing with authority.
Yeah.
And it was given to me, but I just don't know if that's the right name. And I was waiting for this whole time to see you to ask me.
Yeah. Like there's this thing called Google.
I know.
IMDb.
It felt good to not know. I still don't know. So how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Doing well. How's everything with you?
Things are good.
Life changes, new things happening?
Yeah, new job again.
Again.
Yeah, and it's not me.
He likes to keep it interesting.
Yeah,
Change is good.
I'm pivoting. I'm trying to be happier.
Change is your
See,
friend.
if I could just do this for all the time, and then be able to pay my bills and such, that would be swell.
I'd be right here with you.
Yeah.
So listeners, it's
I
up to
you'd
you.
Be with me for that ride. It wouldn't just be me.
If we could just do this.
Yeah.
Listeners, it's on, not to put all this pressure on you, but the legion of listeners, it's up to you to whether you get us all to yourself all the time.
Do you want us in good headspace, or do you want us stressed?
You want us overworked and tired?
Maybe you want us stressed. Maybe you want us angry. You want to rile us up. Keep us working for longer for the day jobs. But anyway, it's all good. I'm super psyched with what I'm doing now, and it helps. It helps.
You are smiling a lot more, brother. Yeah. You look good, brother.
Thank you. As do you. You always look good. That's the thing. But yeah, and then you know, like watching movies as per normal. I'm not like digging for a lot of indie stuff, but I still got a good list. But you know.
Okay. Well, I recently went to the dollar store and bought, in the back to school, right?
Oh, getting your protractor and your compass.
Yeah. No, I got a little day planner thing. So I started because you forget so many movies that you've seen.
Yep.
So I just started, just write them down, give them a little rating, what I saw them on, and then I can always go back in case it's something I want to.
That's cool.
Yeah. Want to bring on the show.
Well, maybe we can invent something that helps you do that, because I do the same thing. I have little pieces of paper with lists of movies all over.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And we'll like invent the Palm Pilot or something. Like, maybe if you had a little touchscreen.
That's a great name for it.
Go backwards.
That's pretty, yeah.
Yeah, let's see when the statute of limitations. But last episode was a first because it was our first musical.
Yes.
And we had our first guest.
Who was?
Mrs. My wife.
Yeah, I was setting you up
Mrs.
to do
me.
the line.
I was trying to foil you. It was my wife.
There it is.
It's probably, I know it's not maybe as prescient, and people talk about it ad nauseum, but it may still be a thing for 100 years. So that was super fun, and hopefully we have other guests coming down the road, because maybe we do films and we can get guests related to the films at times, or do post episodes where we interview people. If it gets to that point, that'd be super fun.
Yeah, anybody involved in any film we did in any capacity would be great to bring out as a guest. Maybe kind of do like a mini-sode or something.
If it was movie one, no matter how famous it is,
like maybe even Blanche in this one will give us a call.
Blanchard, oh my goodness! So your week, your choice is a very special movie to me.
Did we have a little reprisal though for Jess from the end of last episode?
Oh, that's right. Because I didn't thank her.
Well, we
closed like
a
yeah, that's a good call.
Like a salesman.
I guess first guest nerves, like you're in a routine, and
I think we realized we were running long, and then we just boom, Auntie-doored out.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So
we'd like to take this official moment,
really official.
Yeah. And honor our first guest.
And hopefully not our last. Jessica Buck, my wife.
From episode 20. Thank you, Jessica.
That's my wife.
That's my wife you're talking about.
No, we just turned into Harrison Ford. So your movie this week. Very
I'm
special
excited.
one to me. I'll tell you why.
Special to you.
Yeah.
My movie.
It's not special, but it's got a fun story of how I saw it. First.
Oh. So back in 2004, when it came out in Sundance, which would be January, right? That's when Sundance is, and it was an 2004 Sundance. You have a story?
Well, no. The movie is Open Water.
Did we not?
For recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't think anybody said it up to this point. Open Water.
We're just looking at our pages that say Open Water, forgetting it's not a visual medium.
So, wait, we're doing Open Water, right?
Wait.
Wait.
Episode 21, Open Water.
Okay, I watched
Todd's
the right
pick.
movie.
Here we go. Yeah, if you got the notes from the wrong movie, we
2000, what did you say?
2003 on IMDb.
Uh-oh.
2004
Haunting
on Sundance.
Oops.
Yeah, it was a 2000, but that makes sense because Sundance is in January.
Yeah.
So if the film came out in 2003.
Yeah, I saw this in the theater.
Okay.
And it may have been late 2003.
Well, it was bought at Sundance by Lionsgate.
Yeah, did it release in theaters ahead of that?
No, because they did all kinds of editing and color correction.
So it must have been early. I don't know. We saw it when we were living in San Francisco. But the film is Open Water. Questionable release time based on my terrible memory. But the description. Based on the true story of two scuba divers accidentally stranded in shark-infested waters after their tour boat has left.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You like that? Yeah, I think it.
And yeah, I have the names of the people that were left.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
We're going to, once again, bring to you, the listener, incredible knowledge-gasm.
Well, knowledge-gasm.
I'm going to bring you a knowledge-gasm.
You know where that takes my mind immediately. This will be 3
Why
episodes
did
in
I
a row
say
that I have to talk about her.
Horrendous what I
My
just
my floor mance which I actually
Still?
invented.
The nightwish romance continues.
She hasn't completely lost my interest
No,
yet.
well,
That's
no,
for sure.
she shouldn't. She's extraordinary. Shout out to the band Nightwish and all of their talented singers. Specifically one for Todd.
One talented singer.
Yeah, I think that's accurate too. It is classified as an adventure drama horror.
I wouldn't say. Would you say horror?
Yeah, 1,000%. And
Oh.
having seen, all right, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it right off my chest, Todd.
Yes.
Right off my chest.
Okay, here it comes.
It's not. It's not as great as I remember. Hold on. The acting is a lot poorer than I remember.
Okay.
And it's way more low budget than I remember.
Oh yeah.
But again, I saw it in the theater, and Jess and I were living in San Francisco, and 2 of our friends were both from Switzerland. And my buddy Rolf looked like, I've talked about him to you before, he looked like Ben Affleck, sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and his now wife Sabrina, super blonde, like truly, I mean, that's just kind of pinnacle. And they're the most incredibly beautiful couple ever. And they've got perfect kids. I think their kids at this point are running businesses already in companies. I think they're both only like 5 or whatever. So we go to see this movie with them, and this is not a movie that they're super normally into. And we'd introduced them to a bunch of terrible, just white trashy stuff.
Yeah.
Foods, canned beer, and they classed us up a little bit, taught us about wine and things like that. So we saw this movie in the theater, and it was really terrifying. And this was early 2000s. So this kind of, Blair Witch had already come out. This kind of had this, so the low budgetness was new at the time. Now, and for this podcast, I look at movies a little harder. I was like, holy shit, this is really shot interestingly. And I noticed all the filler that they had to put in to get it to an hour and 19 minutes long.
To get,
I don't know if we got to
move time along. Yeah, I have 1 hour 19 as well.
But in the theater, scary as hell.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
So I would say horror for having seen it in the theater.
For being scared. Okay.
And not just on things that you see and don't see, but the premise alone.
I love the premise. Yeah.
I mean, just, and we'll get to it, but
yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk about the simplicity of it, but also, I mean, just one guy does everything. His wife
story about this.
His wife does the producing as well, and takes one camera. And they're both scuba divers, and they read the Dive magazine that you mentioned about it being a true story.
We're gonna get into. I have questions.
Okay,
I knew you would.
I have answers.
I knew you. I probably don't have as deep research as you, but that's why we complement each other very well. So starring in, I kind of took liberty here, so I just listed notable cast. We have Blanchard Ryan as Susan Watkins. Had you seen her in anything before you saw this?
No.
When did you first see this, by the way? We should back up and say that.
Yeah, back.
You saw it
back in the but I saw it on DVD, so I didn't see it in the theater.
So still around that time frame.
Yeah, yeah, 2005, 6, somewhere in there.
And had you seen it since watching it for this?
No.
Okay, cool.
No, I saw that it kind of got a reprisal. It was on Netflix, and then it was on Hulu, and I'm like, now would be a good time to do it.
We've got a lot of fun tie-ins. So she... Blanchard Ryan, she's on the TV show Orange is the New Black. She's News 4 female reporter. That's a big show. And there's another notable cast member in this movie. Very exciting for me to see that he was in this.
Well, there's only one other one, the guy that plays the asshole.
Oh, see,
on the boat.
I didn't clock that, so maybe you can help me. So first, Bill Blanchard Ryan, and you'll see why I mentioned this. She has done a few Broken Lizard movies. She was in Super Troopers and Beer Fest.
I wrote those 2 down, so she probably had small roles in those,
yeah.
I would guess.
Yeah, and so bear that in mind. But in Beer Fest, I think she plays landfills. Have you seen Beer Fest?
I don't think I have, because I was questioning that when I read it.
It's fantastic.
And I know you've mentioned that
I like
before.
all their stuff. The Broken Lizard guys are amazing.
Yeah. So her name is actually Susan Blanchard. Blanchard's her middle name, but Susan was already used at SAG, so she had to go with her middle name.
Oh, wow.
Blanchard Ryan.
I think that's super cool.
As
Blanchard
opposed
Ryan's
to Susan Ryan, because Susan Ryan was already taken on
she
SAG.
got to play Susan in this, so there is her Susan. In Beer Fest, I think she played Landfill's wife. Second build, Daniel Travis, who plays Daniel Kintner. Yep. Had you seen him in anything before?
No, but I gave him a great tagline after you're done reading all his little stuff.
All right. This was his first feature film. I kind of remember him in a movie called Thank You for Smoking with Aaron Eckhart. Brilliant movie if you haven't seen it. And if you don't like Aaron Eckhart...
Yeah. I did see that once.
You should not like him.
Isn't that where he's the promoter or salesman for cigarettes?
Yeah, he is just tremendous in that. Daniel Travis also in Dexter, CSI Miami, so 2 big shows that I've never seen. And he's uncredited in a movie called Papa Hemingway in Cuba, which is kind of a cool movie about Hemingway's later life and the revolution in Cuba.
Yeah.
So what's his tagline? What's his nickname?
1 episode, Daniel.
1 episode?
As you go down his listing on IMDb, you see all these TV shows, and he's a 1 episode, 1 episode, 1 episode. Every time it was 1 episode.
He was the weak link in this film. I'm just calling it now.
Oh, Blanchard outshined him.
I think,
in my opinion,
she did.
Despite the bed scene, where that wouldn't be fair.
Are we going to get into the scandal? Oh, this is great.
We haven't even talked budget yet.
And third build, Steve Lemmy as scuba diver, uncredited. Know who Steve Lemmy is?
Oh, you're not talking about Saul?
No, I didn't.
The guy that...
Oh, he's the New York asshole?
Yes.
All right, we're going to get into fucking Saul.
Hey.
I'm not even listening to him because his character was such a fucking shit.
I know. He's that good of an actor. Because I hated him.
But if you're a nerd comedy fan like me and like the aforementioned Broken Lizard crew, Super Troopers, Beer Fest, Club Dread, Slam and Salmon, Steve Lemmy, and that's all I'll say. All his character names from those movies. Steve Lemmy is a scuba diver on the boat. So he's in all those movies, all the Broken Lizard movies.
Huh.
And they cut to him a few times, and I was like, holy shit. Back then, I didn't know them as well. So that's pretty cool. And I'll give Steve Lemmy some love because everybody talks about his Broken Lizard stuff. He's also in a fun movie called Freeloaders. It is so goofy and stupid and stonery, but it's just dumb funny. And it stars Clifton Collins Jr. I think I've talked about him on this podcast. I love that man. That dude in a movie, I fucking love that dude. So Clifton Collins Jr. And I guess Saul, but fuck him. We'll get to him later.
Yeah.
This was written and directed by Chris Kentis. Had you seen any of his other films?
No, I mean, they listed out. He's only done 3.
Yep.
Grind.
His first film was Grind in 1997.
Which was a full regular movie shot on 35 millimeter.
Yeah, and I think I have seen it. Billy Crudup is in it, and I remember it being like maybe a true romancy kind of.
Yeah, it's supposed to be good. I mean, that's what got some of them to the auditions.
And Chris Kentis notably worked in the editorial department on 1987's Lust for Freedom, which one of my favorite genres of movies, Todd, is lady sexy prison movies. And so this is a lady
like
sexy
Caged
prison
Heat.
movie. Exactly. So the director of this film worked in the editorial department on Lust for Freedom.
Well, that's where he got his...
provocative cover art and everything.
Because there's a lot of naked sharks in this.
An obscene amount, actually. Pornographic amount.
What would they refer that as? A gang?
This was an X-rated film.
A gang?
A couple of notes. First, tagline. There's a few. And there's a bunch of different posters. So I researched them all. I think I've got them all. These are the taglines in the order.
Okay,
that
fire away.
All on posters. Drifting into theaters this summer.
Boo.
I knew you'd hate that one. And I'm going to try to read them in movie tagline voices.
Okay. In a world.
Who will save you?
That's it?
Correct.
Just Who Will Save You?
That's correct.
Does it have, but it has the picture and the shark fin, right? Because it's a movie poster.
Yes.
Okay. So given that it has the two heads floating in the water and the shark fin going by, and then it says "Who will save you?" Open water. That's better than just Yeah.
That's the one I remember seeing. Don't Get Left Behind.
Boo.
Okay.
You should do that in a walking voice.
No, sorry. And
Guys, don't get left behind.
Don't Get Left Behind. Oh, that sucked. I'm not doing that again. And finally, Inspired by True Events.
They put that right at the beginning of the movie.
It's on so many.
Yeah, I got to go with the second one.
All right.
Of those that you read.
Budget $120,000, financed by Chris Kentis and his wife, producer Laura Lau, which was really cool. And as Todd mentioned, it was secured for $2.5 million at Sundance, and Lionsgate put another $8 million into marketing.
We read the same IMDb page.
So, you're hip.
And I got the exactly what you wrote, but it made a worldwide gross of $55.5 million.
$55 million. Very successful.
So our happy couple, they spent 2.5 years filming this on vacations and weekends in the Bahamas.
Yep.
So that very much like Creep, true. We give it 3 trues. Yep. Independent film.
Yeah.
Shot on on digital video, and then had to be converted to 35 after it was purchased.
That is correct. So what that means, and this is the economics lesson for all you at home, and we share this with our kids, is this couple put $120,000 into a project and 2 years into it, and got back about $2.5 million. Take out taxes.
Plus whatever is in the contract that they get of the $55 million that it grossed worldwide.
If all the back end stuff, residuals.
Yeah.
So Chris Kentis and wife producer Laura Lau, we salute you from the economics department here at the show. Beautiful. Fantastic. So, and I'm going to stop saying so much. 1 hour and 19 minutes. Breezy 1 hour and 19 minutes. And I'm going to say it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel that brief. And I don't mean that in a bad way. That's a pretty quick runtime, and it didn't feel like it flew by.
Well, and as we'll discuss, this is an extremely simple plot line, but very difficult to keep going, to keep interest, and it's interesting how they did it.
So the title card says based on true events. Does that ever make you? How does that change how you look at the movie, if at all?
It makes me wonder how true, but in this particular case, it's very, very true.
But right off the bat, not knowing necessarily what trajectory the movie is going to, if it didn't say that, would you have similarly liked the movie?
When you got a small documentary style movie, kind of like this one, shot, it definitely draws you in more.
Okay. I was curious because as we'll get through, and a lot of the criticisms are about how loosely based on events, but it doesn't matter.
I clocked a lot of similarities. So that Tom and Eileen Lonergan in 1998 were left behind on the Great Barrier Reef, and they were 2 American husband and wives. It took them 2 days before they realized they were gone and missed the head count. And then they sent out the search operation and never found them. But some parts of them did wash up, not human parts, but there was a slate board that she had written on saying, "Please save us or we're going to die," that they found. Her wetsuit was found with no shark bites in it.
Sounds like a murder plot.
Well, there is that aspect
Her
of
husband lured her out to murder her.
Yeah, well, then they read their diaries, and they should never do that.
They did. NBC did a reenactment on that for, I think, that 2020 show. And so, but it doesn't matter. The situation is terrifying in and of itself. Very low budget, as you said, and I honestly didn't remember the flow of the movie much. So I went into it kind of new.
Mm-hmm.
Forget it. There were key scenes I remembered and key moments, There are a few things, interestingly, down the road that I didn't remember that were amazing. But I thought the intro style looks so low budget.
Yeah.
I'm just going to speak plainly.
No,
and
the way...
Oh, the opening's going to be weird and low budget.
Yeah.
And then it stays that way really for the rest of it.
It was a little... I mean, it's one guy doing, everything. Direct, but
Todd is such the true champion. Because you are going to this man, Chris Kent. Chris Kentis, do you know what Todd feels in his heart for you? Because I see you defending this man.
I agree with some of the shots in the beginning were a little clunky, like the choices he made, like the one in the rearview mirror and the extreme close up on the doorknob, and then the angle he shot with while he's waiting in the car.
Can I ask you something?
It was a little clunky.
Do you think? I should have asked you this earlier.
Okay.
Do you think this was meant to be partially a comedy?
No.
Shit.
Why? Do you?
Kind of.
Well, they make each other laugh, like the husband and wife.
This is gonna be an interesting podcast.
Well, when they're in the water, there's nothing comedic about it.
Okay. All right. This is fascinating to me. So it looks very, very found footage, very low budget, which, again, my perception has changed so much because of How Did This Get Made? Because of years and years of, watching bad movies for another podcast for fun.
Yeah.
And sometimes, it's so bad it's good, things like that. And you see a movie like Birdemic. This kind of reminded me a little bit of... But again, that movie was shot with shit tons of passion. Uh-huh. That's the guy that went to Sundance and painted his van, with blood and birds on it.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
Well,
it's like...
This is a realism film. They're going for the realism.
Well, you could argue Birdemic should a bird apocalypse happen because of our neglect of the earth.
Yeah. You're being a little firecracker tonight. You got that grin like the mouse ate the cat ate the mouse grin.
Because I had so much fun thinking, did I like this movie at all, or was it the worst thing I've ever seen?
Yeah, I can see it going both ways because
but there was I go back to the theater experience. Holy shit. Like there are a few movies that I can tick off making my heart race.
Yeah.
Like that. And it's little things, but we'll get there.
Well, home gives a lot more distraction, than when you're in the theater with the big sound.
Because I remember the nighttime.
Yeah.
Because I remember this whole movie. They're in the water. Please no nighttime. Please no nighttime. Please no. That I couldn't handle. And that's the scariest shit in the theater.
Uh-huh.
Is that. All right. We'll get there.
The big finale, yeah.
The intro, you have to, and okay, so we'll maybe kind of talk narrative and movie making. You have two central characters that you have to introduce. You can choose to introduce them together, separately, but in a lot of movies, they're introduced separately, so you can kind of see how they tick, and then you see them together.
Yeah.
This one was handled, I think, pretty standard, right? He's in a car in a driveway, and he's got a flip phone. And did you see the coolest thing on that flip phone?
No, what was that?
That leather case. You remember your flip phone?
Yeah.
And you got that leather case that slid over the top flip part and then nestled in the balls, at the bottom of the phone.
Yeah. 2003.
There's a hole that the antenna could come out.
Uh-huh. I had one of those.
I love that.
I had one of those.
I love that. The nostalgia was huge for
me. James Bondish.
So he is a contractor, I think. Would you agree? Based on the conversation he's having?
Oh, yeah, I didn't really pick up on that. And they did go for some comedy in the beginning, okay. So I agree to that.
Interesting. All right. This is, when a filmmaker is trying to establish them as people, sometimes the best way is through their job first, right?
Uh-huh.
They could be talking to their best friend, but he's, all right, but this is teeing up an important part that drives the movie. So you got him, and he's talking on the phone. And then you go into a home, and you meet Blanchard's character, Susan. She's also talking on the phone.
Yeah.
So it's nice house, my perception.
Yeah.
Suburbs, spacious kitchen.
They're establishing the overworked, couple that's not connecting with each other because of work.
She is in movies, do you think? Because she talks about producers, and then she has it says the crew hasn't arrived to the arena yet. So she is some kind of either a movie producer or a show producer, like high stress. That's what they're trying to show.
Yeah. I didn't catch like what her job was.
Did you watch this with subtitles?
No.
You missed a ton then. I'm going to say, and I know this down, and I said to Jess, I said, every once in a while we do a movie that I know. Yeah. Just from here, like there's no way Todd could hear that if he wasn't reading subtitles.
Oh, okay.
So
that's... Well, I didn't want the subtitles to block this one particular scene in the movie.
Oh, they don't because nobody's talking.
You had it all planned out.
I've seen the yes.
Did you watch this with Jess?
Yes.
Did she stay awake?
Yeah, she was excited to see it again because she
remembered with the Swedes.
The movie.
You should have flew the Swedes in.
The Swedes.
Oh,
it's the Swedes. The Swede. What are we doing? Stripes?
That's Heartbreak Ridge, man.
Yeah, the Swiss. I will say, what I wanted to say is Rolf, our friend, was terrified. His reaction was so genuinely of horror.
So is he Swiss or Swede?
Swiss.
Cheese. Give me some cheese.
He is.
I thought
Swiss.
You said Sweden earlier.
No, Switzerland. Swiss.
Shit.
All right. If we check the tape and I said Sweden, that'd be terrible.
Oh, well, we'll find out.
Oh shit. Well, good thing we don't record this. So what I think is interesting in movies is they're establishing these two characters. We're to get that they're so overworked and they're stressed, and I get it. Yeah. But I love...
And they're doing it quickly. It's like boom, boom,
and
boom.
this happens a lot in Birdemic as well, which is one reason I love it.
You're comparing... All right.
I'm not. I'm just saying it.
You know, when I drink, I get angry. I'm like an angry drunk. So I'll try to... When I get my third one, it's going to get ugly. This is my bowling night. It's like the only time I drink. I call our podcast Bowling Night.
Yeah.
Hopefully we mentioned that before.
And if this is the first time,
everyone knows.
Welcome.
They all knows.
But I love when people who clearly don't have experience in business write business dialogue. Like he's on the phone like, yeah, we should get the overline girder and the blah, blah. And she's just like, well, this producer has the specs on the wrong map sheet.
Yeah, they over dialogue.
So they're like business talk, business talk. That's just something I note. And then we note she leaves the house and she hops into the car that's in the driveway. Yep. And how cute. He's on his cell phone.
They were right there. Yeah.
Talking to each other the whole time.
The kind of neat part is that now they use that in movies where they're, kids are sitting right next to each other, texting each other as a comic thing. Where this was
probably pretty new then.
This was
cell phone.
Chris, you wild man, you were the first.
Then Chris, Todd's on a first name
basis.
God
damn it!
I read your book. No fury like a man who talks bad about Chris Kentis in front of Todd.
Remember in Still when I was.
That's why people are going to like this podcast. They're going to be like, what's Ryan going to do to
Takashi? I was yelling out his name.
What does he say to court murder? Right in front of Hannibal Lecter is a pair of scissors. Don't get me wrong. I know what's up.
Yeah. The mascot is here, folks. He is officially here.
They're in the driveway. And again, they're really leaning into this overwork. Their phones are still ringing. They're like, we're doing this to check out. So they're going on a trip together.
You have to bring that laptop. Yeah, I got to check my emails.
Right.
Well, what if they don't have Wi-Fi? Oh, they do. I checked.
Right. And that was a novel question.
But he's doing it fast. He's, boom, boom. He's trying to get this stuff out of the way.
Which is interesting because I think he puts a lot of stuff to pad the movie to get it to an hour and 19 minutes.
Yeah.
The beginning does not have to be this fast.
How long was Blair Witch? Wasn't that only an hour? Hour and 10.
It may have been pretty short.
Yeah. I mean, it was shorter than this.
Remember.
This is the same length as Creep. Hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Another great episode of this podcast. What I like about this is, again, it's pretty rooted in time, and this comes into the very, very, very end during the credits. But they're traveling. It's kind of montagey. There's a lot of montages in this, and they're on the plane, and he's got his bright yellow Sony headphones.
You're getting so nostalgic with this movie.
Plastic right around the neck there. And that was attached to like a waterproof Walkman. Yeah. It had that little flip over the top to get the cassette in.
You could see Ryan smiling right now. He's reliving his youth.
Loved it. Was that for an underwater Walkman? What a valuable tool. Again, and then they get to where they're going. Random shots. checking into the hotel, very handheld. But I didn't know, and I don't know that they really say, where do they go?
Well, it's the Bahamas, but
well, and from filming, we know they filmed in the Bahamas and the Virgin Islands. But did they ever say? They probably can't, right?
I don't
Why
think
don't they say our vacation to the Bahamas or?
I did not hear it. If they did,
because it didn't. It felt. I think they were trying to not make it feel like one place or another. You know what I mean? Like there were no really huge discernible accents or flags or.
Well, I believe all the land stuff was in the Virgin Islands. And then all the water stuff was in the Bahamas.
That makes a lot of sense. But it's clearly a tropical vacation. These people are set up as overworked and stressed people. They're in their hotel, and he is on the comically large laptop, clicking away.
Her laptop. Yep.
This huge, it's like 5 feet thick laptop. And he asks her, "Do you want to check your email?" And she says, "No.
Yeah,
I'm going to go unwind."
So he flip-flopped it. She was the one bringing the laptop
so
to check up on work.
they're trying to show that they're equally engaged. They're not able to...
In their work life.
Yeah. And they get to the beach, and this is another moment where you feel the low budget, because there's a few times where there's no soundtrack, there's no anything, and you just hear ambient noise from the day.
Yeah.
Because they're like, fuck it, we can't...
They don't have the free music that we have now. They didn't have much back then.
So like, just let the microphone pick up whatever it picks up. Guys walking by, like, farts into the...
Or did somebody step on a duck?
Knocks into the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully
so all the more reason to tip our hat to this couple.
Right.
They did not have the resources that we have today.
But they're laying on the beach. She's looking great. I think. Is she reading a book? Yeah. What is she doing?
Her teeth are so pearly, are so bright white.
She's got Kerrigans. I call those Kerrigans.
Oh, do tell.
Nancy Kerrigan? Is that a right? The figure skater?
Yeah.
Notoriously wrapped up in the Tonya Harding scandal.
Is she the one that got the knee hit?
Her knee was hit. Correct.
She's the one.
Anyway,
she's the victim. Okay.
Yeah, that crashed and burned.
Tanya, Margot. Love her. Love Margot.
Please call us. Please call us at whatever our number is. So they're laying on the beach, and he gets up to go swimming. Right?
Wait. If she called us, I would lose my fucking mind. That would just
never gonna happen.
That would make. Because I got to tell her choices in The Wolf on Wall Street were outstanding.
Right. And it wasn't the choices of some perverty fat white guy in the background going, hey. Anyway.
Some Weinstein guy.
Not commenting on any other films but this one.
We never do that.
So our fella Daniel gets into the water, right?
So they get on the...
Well, I mean, I'm just asking. Would you agree he gets up and he gets into the water?
Oh, when they're laying on the beach and he just wades out into the thing.
Do you
and
hear
then
what he said when he leaves?
No.
Okay. I figured you might.
Is this the commentary?
And he's like, "I'm going to get wet." That's what he says.
That popped up on the commentary.
Yeah. He says it. You hear him, but to you it's probably like...
Yeah. It's so subtle.
And you
don't
didn't
pick
care
it up. Yeah.
because it was ambient noise. He said it to the bare mic on the camera.
Toucan Sam was talking in the background.
So my question to you is: you're recreating, on a beach with your best gal, because this is not a married couple. Not sure that that's relevant, but
I thought they were married.
No, different last names, no ring.
Fuck.
Yeah, they definitely act like.
Fuck. Are you?
Oh,
I feel like I missed. I thought they were a married couple this whole time.
No, they fight like it, huh?
They live together.
Have
you ever heard
people are doing that nowadays, Todd? Brother Todd? We're going to have to get with the times
Lucy,
now.
you got some splaining to do.
Yeah, their beds are together, Brother Todd.
They're not married, but they have the big fancy house.
Certainly, that's probably, they're both very successful. They're trying to establish that he runs a construction company and she produces movies in Hollywood, so yeah, they're doing fine.
I'm embarrassed. I feel
I could be
this
wrong.
Whole time. You pointed out
the
no
only
ring.
Things I went on, no rings. On
if they don't have rings, there you go.
And separate last names, and their last names are so important.
When did they say their last name?
Don't you know why their last names are important? Oh,
whose movie is this? I got all these notes here, and then you just blew my mind.
No. It may and it may not, but their last names are really, really important to a nerd like me.
Okay.
So they, so he says, I'm going to get wet. That was, this is going to be the longest podcast.
I know, for the shortest movie.
I know.
How do we do it? We have a knack.
I left today and I said, this is going to be the longest one we ever
I
do.
thought it was going to be the shortest.
We're going to try not to. Would you ever say to announce that you're going into the water, I'm going to get wet?
Back when I was in my stupid age, ages,
right.
I would say something like
shot
that.
Down in flames. As we talked about, filmed in the Bahamas and in the Virgin Islands, St. John and St. Thomas, which is really cool. Again, they're setting up a lot of stuff. So one, overworked, stressed out on their cell phones. Two, that this vacation was set up short notice. Did you catch they made a lot of mention, like short notice.
I remember mostly from the argument when they're in the water.
Right. But it's brought up a few times. This last minute, and they talked about a travel agent, what have you. Then there's one of my favorite things in movies.
Oh, no.
And it's a cheap thing to do in an indie film.
Okay.
It's a montage. There's really no sound to this montage. There's interesting music, and we'll get to the music because that's something amazing in this. But they have the shopping for souvenirs montage.
Oh, yeah.
There's many kinds of montages, as we talked about, the swimming pool, the shopping for fruits in a strange land montage.
And it's day one. They're having fun. They're on vacation. They're laughing.
They're laughing. They're connecting.
They're getting back to their. God damn it! I thought they were married this whole time.
No phones.
I thought it was a married couple. This is messing my mind up.
No phones. They're getting back to it. And what I liked is they at least had the class to hone in on one particular shop of souvenirs that had the little sipper nipple mug. The boob. Ostensibly,
I had a boss way back in the day.
That was funny. Huh, ladies, huh? Funny.
We bought assholes. We bought him that mug.
I know.
And he had it on his desk.
That was okay at one point in time.
It was hilarious. Yeah, can you imagine buying your boss that now?
No, you should be rightly kicked in the whatever genitals you have.
No, we should lighten up a little. If you want to drink out of a big sipper, if you want to nurse till you're 40, go ahead.
Not a sponsor of this podcast, the Little Sipper Corporation. And now
it wasn't little, I'll tell you.
I noticed the cinematography, the style of film went to more kind of voyeuristic. So it wavered definitely between a kind of third party filming this, but now the shots are a little farther away.
You are full on nerd right now. You're amazing.
Well, I was clocking the flow because I'm thinking true story. And there's a lot of different ways to film a true story. If you do it in an overly cinematic way, it doesn't feel real. This is on the other side of it because you start to notice some of the filmmaking challenges, editing challenges, what have you. But I think this kind of thing, it just didn't connect with the characters. Because one of the big complaints a lot of people had was they hoped these people got eaten. I kind of did too.
God. See, I never read any of this stuff. I hear it all from you. So you could lie to me and I wouldn't even know it.
And we hope that you listening, you've gotten to this point with us, and you're hopefully watching the films before listening to the commentaries, or either way.
Either way, because I do have a quick comment on that. I listened to a James Bonding episode. I realized that
you plug a lot of other podcasts on this.
That's all right.
I hope
they'll reciprocate, and then
awesome.
Then we won't, this will be our job. We can do this all the time.
That'd be awesome.
So it made me listening to them and laughing with them and hearing all these crazy comments. It's like, even though I had seen that movie, years ago, I'm like, I want to watch it again. So it can go either way.
Yeah. I
mean, it did for me.
Yeah. Again, I am super glad I watched this and had a lot of fun with it.
Like our engineer, when we did the Bronze, he heard us talking about it. He immediately went in and got his kid and watched it.
I don't think anything we could possibly say would alter or guide anybody to not watch this, for sure, because I think you should. But I'm clocking how the style of cinematography changes because it changes the mood. So this is a way to endear you to them and get you to kind of like them. Yeah. But so far, they're like, I don't think these two should be together. They're terrible for each other. Whatever tragedy befalls them, good. It's going to be better for them.
Are you getting this from your personal viewing, or are you getting this from reading all the shit that other people are saying?
Oh no, I didn't read a lot. I mean, I read a lot. just because
you and Jess do that. You'll
no, it's
poke
not,
at the you have fun making.
It's not changed me at all. It's
Okay.
not changed me at all. They go to bed. This fascinated me too.
Uh-huh.
I remember this. Yes, there's kind of full frontalish, not really nudity in this, but they're going to bed. And the big, I remembered this, is the Susan's already in bed. Daniel's getting ready. He comes into bed. Susan is topless, reading a magazine, and
Stark naked.
she has a mud mask on her face.
Yeah, so like it almost looks like the
Not the whole face.
white. What do you call it? The
Looked like zinc oxide. Like tanning.
150
Yeah.
proof. Yeah,
I just
I'm like, is
assumed-
that supposed to be aloe? Because you're not going out in the sun.
Or
You're
something.
in the room.
Yeah.
Why would you be putting on sunblock?
And again, I was like, okay, you're on vacation. This is planned sex. This is what. And then I'm
She's
like,
presented herself as
yeah,
such.
but and
for
I'm like,
for us
okay,
men out here.
interesting character choice. She's like, we're doing it tonight. I'm not even going to try to strip for you. I'm going to just be naked and reading
here,
your fucking
here
book.
I am.
And that's great. I think that's rad. So
and Susan, by the way, very nice.
she's a nice lady. And with parents who love her, and we'll get to that too. But he comes to bed also naked, but then he has stuff in his face.
After they're kissing,
And
like
again,
it's on
maybe
his
this
face.
is you're married long enough, and sometimes it's just like, are we doing it tonight? Yeah, let's do it. And I was just like, okay, this is happening.
Yeah,
Then
but they're
it's-
not married. They're just
No, they're
like
not
a
married.
long-term couple. Then
I would
is
think.
what we're
I would
getting
think.
at. Okay.
Enough to be together, have a house together.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, they're just straight up fucking going to bed. And sex isn't happening, but then he is like,
tries.
hey. So my mind is like, okay, they just go to bed naked with stuff on their face.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not. Well, she said she's not in the mood, and I'm like,
But I flip so easily. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get that too. Either they're planning to have sex, or that's just how they go to bed.
being the long-term, couple that you and Jess are. So I've been out of that for over a decade, so I can't even. It's such a distant memory.
And so he tries to get it going, and they have some funny banter. And then she's like, when she says, "I'm not in the mood," it's not. I rewound it because she yells it, but it's not mad or frustrated. The line reading is so bizarre because it's almost mean.
She's like, yeah, definitely not in the mood.
Because she gets him, and then she says, "We could talk."
Oh yeah, and then he. That was funny.
Okay? So
Yeah.
I laughed. And he's like, "Oh well, I gotta."
Yeah, the guy wants to
say.
have sex, and she's not in the mood, but she wants to talk, and he's like, "Oh hell no, I'm
And
just gonna
she
go to sleep."
legitimately, I believe, would have talked to him, which
Oh,
is exactly.
she would have talked all
That's a
fucking night.
fine consolation
Yeah,
prize.
all about her job and all about. She would have droned on and on.
Well, this is good. Better in than out, or better out than in. Oops, I didn't mean that. And so there's a little cliche there.
Calling Dr. Freud.
The alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m. the next morning.
Because they have to be to the boat at 8. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Vacation, baby.
Whoever decided that on vacation is fucking out of my life.
Especially what they're about to go to.
Their first vacation.
They woke up.
forever.
They woke up early for this. Right?
but-
What's going to happen to
Okay,
them?
if you ever
No.
go on vacation with like friends, and if they're the friends who are like, all right, so we're gonna set the alarms for 6, and I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
We're never gonna see each other again.
Yeah. Oh, I oversaw. But then they're pounding on the door.
So this is my first thing. Is God Almighty, this is day 1, and
Day 2.
Okay.
Day 1, they were shopping and.
Oh yeah, that's right. So this is day 2, and this is for a scuba trip, and they go. So it's kind of you've been on things like that before. You meet. I'm sure.
Yep. I have a personal story that matches this movie. Actually,
safety, all that stuff.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things that have to happen. Makes sense. And they end up on board the world famous Reef Explorer for their trip. Are you familiar with the Reef Explorer?
No.
It's not world famous. So that was a lie that was perpetrated by this movie, because I think
Where did you see world famous?
because the boat guy, he says, "Welcome aboard the world famous Reef Explorer." Not
Oh
really like that.
yeah, Mr. Over dramatic when he.
I believe he's not an actor. I did because I have in my notes, is the boat guy real?
The boat guy is the actual boat guy because he cannot act. He
Right.
is awkward as hell.
Ironically, doing his own job.
Well, when the camera's in your face, you can't.
So you got that
You
vibe
can't
too?
be natural.
All right.
Yeah, 100%. High five. All right.
That was a light one. We just
Yeah,
kind of touched
what-
tips. We touched the. It was like
we touched the tips.
We touched
Wait,
the tips of our fingers.
wait. Sword fighting.
So, so the boat guy's real. That's cool. Because I saw 8 people were officially cast in the movie, and I didn't see anybody who it wasn't captain or anything. So I assumed that he was a local.
And your first thought, it's 2 people,
Right.
You know.
So Reef Explorer isn't world famous, so I don't know what that guy's talking about. Hopefully that's not part of his patter.
It's a pun.
And we square around the boat, and that's where we see Steve Lemmy, and I'm super excited. I exclaimed out loud, "Steve Lemmy." And immediately went, why the hell is he in this? And then you find that Blanchard was in 2 of his movies. And now we get to the inciting incident.
Bum, bum, bum.
Are we thinking the same thing?
Yes.
New York asshole forgot his mask. That's my note.
Oh. Well, I've got in the water, it's 9:45 a.m. That's the first time they flashed on the screen.
Well, before all this, they're getting ready for their first jaunt and foray into the open water.
Yeah.
But we've got a New York asshole who forgot his mask.
Yeah. And that asshole caused that young couple to go through what they go through.
And again, this
We
may be a
could actually
5-hour
blame
podcast.
we could blame it on the guy who did the count.
We're
But
going to get to this, and we have to. And if we can't get past it, we die. We're done. We can't do this podcast or live anymore. So New York asshole forgets his mask.
So
They're like, you can't scuba dive without your mask. So you get most of the equipment, but you have to at least provide your own mask and snorkel. That's what we know about this world. And now the rest of them get into the water. New York asshole has to sit on the boat, 9:45 a.m. And he's pouting like a dickhead.
Yep. And we are 17 minutes in the film when that hits. Just shy of that. I think we've talked 27 minutes. How long have we been?
48. Yeah, we were going to have to cut some of the beginning for sure. Or who knows? Maybe I'll cut this.
I find it interesting that we can talk so long about so little.
I hope everybody else does too. They get in the water, and as I've never been diving, but as I understand it, the safety precautions are pretty strict. They're pretty real, but this can happen. As Daniel actually says later, that it's more common than you think. But they're diving. I noted that they're exploring the Magic Kingdom. I can't believe Disney didn't sue the shit out of this movie.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, well, they say that, but if that's an actual location in the Bahamas,
maybe
then
I don't know.
Then maybe they can get. That's why they got away with it.
Kind of interesting. So there's people scuba diving, and our crew, they're just adorable. They're holding hands while they're scuba diving and back to back, and they're like making faces, and it's very adorable.
They pet an eel.
The fucking eel. This eel comes up.
Yeah, the eel is the whole.
Yeah, there's
cause
a lot.
of the...
Yeah, there's a lot of them. We could point to a lot, and we have a girl who taps out because she is having issues pressurizing her ears.
So when they're underwater doing all that stuff, did you notice the barracuda?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is where I interject my story. This is a true story.
You know we can't afford to have the song Barracuda playing behind this story.
Oh, what if Floor sang Barracuda?
So can we have those in the audience just start
She did Alone, Hearts Alone cover.
And that's all I can do for legal reasons.
But
But don't do... So get Barracuda in your head and listen to the sweet sounds of Todd.
Dive down deep.
Take it away.
Save my head, you.
Take it away.
All right. So back in the day when I was in the jazz band in college, we flew down to Miami, took a cruise ship to Nassau, and up on the north end of Nassau is Paradise Island. and that's where we were, where we went to a private island for the cruise ship. And we're there for the day, and I went snorkeling. So this is filmed in the Bahamas. I went snorkeling in the Bahamas back then. And they're open water diving, so they got tanks and all that. So we were just snorkeling, right? And out there snorkeling, it is very shallow, and then they have these open round pools that go down to 6 or 8 feet, big, huge diameter. Mm-hmm. So you would kind of snorkel along, then you would dive down into these pools. Well, one of them that I come up to, I went down and dove under and came face to face, exactly as in this scene, the barracuda, 4 foot long, just hovering there with those big old teeth, not moving an inch. And I stopped literally exactly the same as Daniel did, and with my hands was doing the back pedal. With the camera, the underwater camera, the 110 version Instamatic, wrapped in bright yellow, looked exactly like that.
Not a sponsor.
Then I snapped a picture of said barracuda as I was swimming backwards away from him. So that moment was really surreal for me, because that actually happened to me.
I can not empathize in a way, because I wouldn't do any of that.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
Well, when I tell my next story a little bit later on, I will never do it, nor will a lot of people ever do it again.
The thing about snorkeling, that's fine. Scuba diving, I want nothing to do with. Would never want to do it. So a girl taps out. She gets in, and this New York asshole, just the fucking worst. This guy, and he's like, "Hey, can I use your mask?" And he's just so eager. And he says,
God bless you. You're an angel.
He says to the gal on the boat, "I'm getting in the water, Linda. I'm getting in the water, Linda. It doesn't matter." And he makes this guy, who's the other person's buddy, go with him. I wanted this guy to get eaten by a shark immediately.
He should have been the one left.
So he jumps in, and I think I was going to get into a deep dive in how do they get left, because I've done the math. I've sketched this out.
I got it.
They shouldn't have gotten left.
It took me a few times, but I got it.
Okay. Do you have a concise way of, so they get left?
Yeah.
They get left because, by my counts, the guy in the boat is counting people as they're getting back in. 2 people got back in. 2 people went back in. So they should have only been one short.
Well, he marked
back.
He so 20 people is the total, right? So there's 20 people in the water.
Yep.
But one guy's on the boat, and so two more come back on the boat. So Saul never went in, right? So 19 people go in the water. But he wrote 20 as the total. Mm-hmm. Okay. But Saul's still on the boat at this time. And then the couple come back up because their ears messed up. They get back on the boat. That leaves 3 on the boat. He marks 3, 1, 2, 3 back on the boat. 3 stick figures. He's doing it in Roman, those Roman numeral deals. Not Roman numerals, but you do the 4 and the slash line.
But then 2 of them go back in.
And he never erases the 2.
Doesn't matter. He's just counting them as they're coming back now.
Yeah, he never takes that back off, so it stays at 3.
Should have been down 1.
So that couple, that's where it makes the count come out correct in the end.
We're gonna show our work, and we'll put it up online. We'll put it on the Facebook page.
It works.
You're probably right.
Chris spent a long time getting this correct.
He should, but and we'll get to a key plot point. They get left, and they come up having maybe had questionable choices about where to go, and they're quite a ways away from anything. But they see 2 boats on the distant horizon in either direction.
Yeah, when they surface, Bland, I keep wanting to call her Susan. Well, it's Susan in the movie.
Go ahead and call her that.
Susan says, and we can highlight this, we can put it in parentheses, we can put it in quotation marks, because this could be the title of the movie. Susan says, "Daniel, where's the boat?"
Well, shouldn't that be the tagline?
Fuck yeah.
Where's the boat? Or Daniel, where's the boat?
Daniel, where's the
100%.
boat?
See?
What, that line right there, it was fucking brilliant.
Nobody's hiring us. And it's 10:25. So this is the shortest scuba diving trip I've ever heard of.
Well, they said they'd only be down 35 minutes.
But 10:25, they are officially, so I've got a timetable here. They've been officially left at 10:25.
Yep.
And they're pretty calm because they come up, they don't see anybody, unnerving. They see two boats in a pretty disconcertingly far
they're far away, yeah,
from either one, and they're like, which one is which? Now Daniel says, "Don't worry, Susan. I've been tracking the coral. Below us is a fork-style coral. I've been tracking it. I know where we are."
You're trying to do like a Clint Eastwood, Charlton Heston, but you're a little high in your pitch and your register.
I'm not as manly as those men.
You need to be Nova. Nova, can you love?
And he says he's tracking where they are, so he's not super worried.
Well, he's saying that they surfaced exactly where they were supposed to, where the boat was supposed to be.
And so she says another funny line. You can spot a 3-pronged coral, but you still can't remember the directions to my mother's house? Why is she from New York all of a sudden?
Yeah. She never talks like that
from
through the whole movie.
From my mother's house?
Yeah. They were in New York, but she doesn't use a New York accent because they auditioned in New York.
So that's a funny line. And again, he's very, very calm. And I think he's calm because in your head at that point, you're thinking, we can't be left. This can't happen to us.
Right. Well, another thing is Susan's waving her arms back and forth in the distress signal, and he's just holding one arm straight up with a fist, which means like, hey, come help us out.
Arguably, though, would you say too far for either of those boats to see?
You could not swim to those boats. They were way too far.
They couldn't be seen. And you, as the audience, have that in your head, but you don't know.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty sure their boat's gone because we see it.
Well, and he
gets the fuck out.
He says he surfaced, right in the correct spot. So
very calm. And then you have, there's so many little false hopes, which is really great about this. So another boat coming, and then you have our first hard cut to like my dad, Don Buck, like videotaping our beach activities. And it's so bizarre. And I'm like, wait, there's a fire? Okay, what's happening? They're back. It's only a dream. There's beach activities. And then their actual boat comes into port, and you see all the people getting off it. And I'm going, wait, did they make it? And then they show the 2 empty tanks slots.
Yeah, and nobody notices it. So I actually...
It's on this goddamn boat company.
the real boat... I have
so many problems with them.
The real boat company got the one that this couple was based on.
Yeah.
He was charged criminally for manslaughter, was not convicted. But then he was sued civilly and lost everything, went completely bankrupt, and has since passed away.
Civil about that lawsuit?
Yeah, something like that. So I marked...
Y'all know what a civil lawsuit is?
There's civil and there's criminal.
Versus, do y'all know the difference?
Yeah. Would you like me to explain the difference to make this 3 hours?
independentpodcast@gmail.com. Tell us the difference, just so we can understand all those Clancy novels.
So once they come up, Daniel wears the boat. From then on, I clocked 10 steps or ratcheting ups.
Correct.
Because they had to increase the tension or have things go on while they're just two heads floating in the water.
Right.
And then, so I got 10 of them up to the point of the big storm.
Wow.
When it ends. So we'll kind of comment that as we go. I don't know
clocked
how many you got.
Like, did you just pee?
Oh,
and he says, yeah. And again, this is...
there's a difference between us. You go for the comedic
We're
moments.
following our time. They've been there for 2 hours. 2 hours, too long. That is too long.
That boat ain't coming back, baby.
So they're they're kind of chill, and then you have the first bump. And that's what I'm going to call it.
Well, the first, Daniel was at a shark.
A bump. Or a dolphin. Daniel, this guy's
straight
clutch.
ahead. It's in front of him.
Like shark or a dolphin.
Yeah, he's trying to keep her calm. He's being the man, and she's like, well, if that was a dolphin, you'd be over there playing with it.
Yeah, and a lot of lines about Shark Week, of course. Like, you know about these things. You watch
He
Shark
even
Week.
says History Channel. I wonder how they got away with that one.
I don't
Shark
know.
Week,
Was
History
the
Channel.
Like, were they struggling back in 2003? They weren't as hip as they are now, unfortunately. Whenever somebody says in this movie, or any movie like this, especially a movie that's shot like this, I'm going to take a look. My heart starts to race a little bit. Because it should be known, and I'm kind of goofing on this movie a little bit because it was a little flimsier done than I remember, and the acting's fairly terrible. But the idea of any of them putting their goggles on and looking underwater, the way this was shot for real in the water with sharks, with anything else that could find its way.
These are not
into
fake sharks. They're doing it for real.
And there's a line that comes later. Is it more scary when you see them or when you don't?
Yeah, when you see them.
That first time he says, "I'm going to take a look," a little kid in me is like, "No, don't
don't go down to the stairwell,"
because I know he's going to put his goggles down. There's going to be that face that scares the shit out of you.
But not this time because it's early on. We're only on step 1 of the ratcheting,
and they're still very chill. And again, I'm going to look, and then there's the first of, I'd say, a couple of montages. Again, they're padding for time, but it's the water montage. And the music, unbelievable. That humming.
You liked it? Yeah.
And the music, now the credit for music, it's not composer. It's music by Graham Revell. Or it's Revel. I think it's Revell. Do you know who he is, that composer?
I don't.
That guy's he's done The Crow, The Saint, Tomb Raider, all the Riddick movies, Pitch Black, all through on, tons of sci-fi stuff. He did a movie, ironically, called Shark Night. And he also did The Pineapple Express with Seth Rogen and James Franco.
So you don't think this was just, I mean, he did this specific for this film?
I think, and I didn't get to research it enough, but he either curated some of these songs and maybe didn't like compose anything. But and maybe if he did, that song, that first one, was haunting.
Yeah.
And immediately I'm like, who did this? Because sometimes in indies, they don't have composers. They don't have the money. They just get somebody.
Well, you just do the free license. The license-free music is what they do now.
Yeah, this credit, Graham Revell, that dude is unbelievable.
Really cool.
And the next maybe ratchet for you is 1:30 p.m.?
Correct, sir. Playing the movie game.
4 hours in.
Couple after our own heart, playing the movie game. And he's doing 7 stages of, not Kevin Bacon, but was it Malkovich?
I think it was
John Malkovich. It was Malkovich, yeah. And he's like, well, that was quick. You did it like 2 steps. And then she's like, I don't feel like playing.
And again, then she always not in the mood.
What?
Never in the mood, this
Susan.
girl, Susan. Come on.
Susan, you're laying naked on the bed. We off camera, off mic, we talked about you.
I think they just go to the bed naked. Some people do it. And it's completely...
You can't just lay there like that and then, advertise.
Some people can't. Some people... Oh, you think it's the same for her when he's just naked man laying there? That's not as appealing.
Men naked are an ugly sight. It's eyes closed.
The ladies lose pretty much in all aspects of all of it.
Sorry about that, ladies. Jellyfish.
Oh, is that your next note?
That's number 2 ratchet. Jellyfish.
2 ratchet, okay. Well, they had one jellyfish, I think, and they shot it from 47 different angles. They got some fucking mileage out of that jellyfish that showed up.
Indie films, baby.
I don't think that was planned. There wasn't I think there was a jellyfish, and they're like, "Fuck, let's shoot this shit out of this
Let's make this work, man."
And they put it into the movie. She gets bit. He gets bit.
And
Stung. Ooh. Welcome to Technicality Corner. I'm your host.
I'm an angry drug.
You got bit? Whoa, poltergeist.
Yeah, are you gonna go catch a deer, Ryan? No, I'm gonna go shoot one.
I've not. It hurts like hell, right? Have you been stung? You've been stung.
No, but I got warned about it, not even to step on him on the beach. That is extremely painful. It's excruciating.
And this must be pretty, because it got her in the ankle, got him on the wrist, so it's getting him right in between stuff, which
and then
sucks.
they just turn around and swim backwards and get the fuck out of Dodge.
And then he delivers another doozy of a line where they're, okay, truth be told, Jess and I are watching this movie. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not surprising that this couple has a fight. Jess and I were like, it's been 4 hours and they haven't fucking murdered each other yet. I said, how long do you think we'd last? She's like, hour and a half. we would have eaten each other.
You would have drowned.
You did this to us, you son of a.
Well, that's coming up later. That's
coming up later. But
yeah.
so our hats are, and maybe
they're comforting each other at this stage.
Maybe that's still they're courting, but really amazing. But they're getting a little tense, and he's like, "This really sucks, but we're gonna get through this."
Yeah.
And
I thought that was a good line.
He said, "This really sucks," and I'm like, "This is a stand-up dude," because in my head, we're dead. We're fucking dead.
Well,
we're left.
He'll get there. He'll get to the shark bait.
But hats off to this poor.
He's hanging in there,
man. Terrible actor, but really giving it his all, screaming as well as he can. They see another boat. And then they're very clever, trying to reflect. And this was another, science moment with the kids.
Can Ratchet number 3. You're on it. That's
sunlight off of the goggles.
Yeah.
They try to do that.
Yeah, it's an SOS thing. Yep.
Terribly overcast day. It doesn't work. And this is when he has the comment about, again, maybe just making her feel better. I read all these dive magazines, and this is more common than you think. I tried to research this. I didn't get anywhere. Have you found out anything? Is this more common than you think?
Yes, because I think it should never happen. But from the director and the producer, his wife, the behind the scenes footage, which you can watch on YouTube, they do talk about the dive magazines and newsletters because they're certified scuba divers for over 10 years.
Yep.
And then so the big 98 event that got worldwide press that this is based on, and then he started looking more and more and found where it had happened several, but there were times they were rescued. This one's particularly brutal because it was 2 days before they discovered they were missing, and then they never found them.
Well, again, you blame this company because they still have hope at this point, and Daniel says, we have their tanks.
Yeah. And he's right. Now, they were empty.
Where is the quality control? You count all the people. You count all your equipment before you go.
All their stuff is still on the boat too.
Now they have a conversation that perplexes me, and I knew I was going to get into heavy stuff with you, man. But I got to come at this movie for a little bit about the conversation they have about drinking the water.
Yeah,
because she literally asked him, like, "We can't drink this, right?"
It's true.
But she had to ask him, "We can't drink this salt water, Daniel?"
Yeah.
She didn't know that?
How would she know if she's not?
She's made it these 30-something years in life. Isn't quite sure.
She doesn't watch the History Channel. She doesn't know about the Indianapolis. Don't you mess with Blanchard.
Because he's like,
don't mess with.
Didn't drink any, did you? And she's like,
a little.
Yeah.
Can you drink salt water, Daniel?
Well, if anything, you got to blame Chris's dialogue, unless they're ad-libbing.
There's some real rotten parts, but
it's
I'm
a true
wait
thing.
Wait a second. Did they literally just have a cautionary? Is this like a teach the kids moment? Like, don't drink salt water; it'll dehydrate you.
You do as you get dehydrated. You've never been in any type of survival situation, Mister. You are in your slippers, in your lazy boy, being Mr. Critic, saying, "Oh, Beethoven sucks because this middle part, it really drags." How many symphonies have you written, Mister?
I've done it, ladies and gentlemen. I see him. I feel afraid.
Daggers. But that's true. As they get more and more dehydrated,
I take issue with one thing you said. I do not own slippers, sir. Don't have them.
No, you don't have little.
I haven't given that much.
Kitten, furry slippers.
If I had them, I feel like I would. If I could find that kind of thing. So they have the conversation about should we drink salt water. I thought that was kind of funny, but it have to explain why she throws up.
Right.
Because they decide to drop their weights, which is a good idea.
Yep.
They don't have to work so hard.
Okay,
she
so
pukes.
True story. The couple that was left, that this is based on, another dive boat was out the next day and found their weights on the bottom and just said, "Oh, bonus. Free." Not the same company. Another dive ship found their weights. So that's how they were mimicking this couple. They knew they dropped their weights.
This is an indictment. Well, they make a point to say, hey, see if they try to charge us for those, huh?
That was a great line, too. Yeah. I like to see them charge us for this.
Was this a comedy?
There were comedy lines in it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Did you think she was going to announce that she was pregnant?
No.
Would that have
They
made
have
it
to have
more
sex.
Emotionally?
She's
Oh, so they made it clear they've
no.
not done
She
it yet?
lays naked in the bed and then says, "I'm not in the mood." I mean, they're not having a lot of sex.
So you think they've not done it at all to this point? They've been together at least, 3 to 4 years?
Well, they've done it over the 3 to 4 years.
You think they have at least once?
Yes.
Maybe they haven't at all. And this is why
Not
they're all
possible.
fucked up. Like, they just need to bone down and then...
Not possible.
Okay.
Did you see her?
I did. Did we see him? Maybe it's...
No,
it's
he hid.
hideous.
Maybe Daniel's not packing. Yeah.
like you said. Well, I mean... We don't know. Well, this is not an indictment against Daniel as a person. He did his best.
We love you, Daniel.
He did his best. I thought that they were going to say, she was going to say I'm pregnant. And would that have added more emotional weight to this? Or would that have made you be like, God damn you, movie, you're stupid?
No, that would have added more emotional weight. Good call.
I just thought that one of the,
Oh yeah,
sick.
that would have been
I mean,
that would have been an extra ratchet.
Any loss of life, of course. is
She waited till this moment to tell him.
And this, the next ratchet, maybe I'm wrong. So please buzz me off if I'm wrong. But 4:40 p.m., we're 7 hours in, and you find her waking up alone.
That's number 5, brother. We are in tune. We have tuned up before we came here.
This is, again, as you're looking at this as an ordeal, the worst thing.
This one makes you go,
terrible.
She is floating, and they film it from above, right? She's floating dead asleep, alone, and all of a sudden you see this real fucking shark, this gray torpedo go by and boom, hits her. Not bites her, but just bumps into her.
Really? Because I think she.
Well, there was a bite. Yeah. It didn't look like that was the bite because she didn't get tugged under. But that could have been the bite.
The scene plays, and that's another bump.
Yeah.
And she wakes up. So she wakes up to this. Probably quick realization that was probably not a dolphin, and she's alone. So she has to figure out where Daniel is.
She's groggy and trying to figure it out. Yeah.
And again,
remember
they're
7
hours in it.
And they're in the sun, very dehydrated.
Yep.
Yeah, and
it's sun-ish. It was thankfully overcast, but it didn't help them with their reflections.
They're in the Bahamas. When I was there, it was fucking hot.
Yes. And she finds her way to Daniel. Thankfully, that's good. She sees him in the distance. He's dead asleep. And she gets to him, and she's feeling something on her leg.
Yeah.
And it's noted it's a cleaner fish that's picking at
I keep feeling a tap. There's a tap on my leg. Yeah.
That looks like a teeny little... The way it looked to me was a little nibble from a shark.
Well, that was a shark bite on her. You talking about when Daniel goes and looks at it?
And he goes to look at it.
Yeah, he says, let me check it out. That is 100% the jaws of a shark. It's in the shape of it. They got the little flesh. Yeah. I mean, they did a really good job.
She got bit.
Yeah, she was asleep.
While she was asleep.
Yeah. And how fucked up is that?
That's terrible. Terrible. Okay.
Terrible.
It's terrible. That's where this line comes, and that's another... I don't know why she's written this way, because the sharks now start splashing. And how they filmed this, they had a very infamous shark wrangler on set.
Yeah.
Named Stuart Cove.
Correct.
And no digital or special effects were used. And Stuart Cove is amazing. He worked on Casino Royale, the Bond film, All Is Lost. He's done a ton of stuff on Shark Week as well. So that's really cool. This is real. But she's asking him, oh, you've seen Shark Week. And she's like, are these sharks the bad kind?
Yeah.
The bad kind.
Well, there is. And they're Caribbean reef sharks
like
are what are.
Kid.
Yeah.
Like, are these the bad kind, Daniel? Like, are these man-eating?
She's scared to death.
All right.
She's reverting. Jesus, Ryan.
This is why we do this.
All right. So can I ratchet it up through the roof? I'm going to do it right now.
Uh-huh.
So, this is incredible that this actually happened in the Bahamas in 2019. Let me get to the notes here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm live. Jordan, and you can Google this this rabbit hole can go as deep as you like, folks. So take it for what you will. In 2019, Jordan Lindsay, a 21-year-old college student from Torrance, California, was in the Bahamas snorkeling with her mother off of Rose Island. And this was June 26, 2019. So what I mentioned earlier about when I went to the Bahamas when snorkeling, the cruise ship was called the Emerald Seas, and this was a number of years ago. It probably doesn't exist anymore, but I know that we stopped in the island of Nassau, and that's where we performed. Then we went to Paradise Island, which is basically attached to that on the north end. If you go directly east of that, you hit Rose Island. And our cruise ship went to what they called, quote, a private island where they dropped us for the day where we went snorkeling. So it is very possible that I was in this spot for this story I'm about to tell. Or if not, I was very close to when I was snorkeling and saw the barracuda. So on that June 26th in just 2 years ago in 2019, this is a terrible story. So Jordan Lindsay was with her mother snorkeling, exactly what I was doing. And she was attacked by a tiger shark, ripped her arm off in front of her mother. Was trying to swim back to her mother screaming and going towards her. Then there's a couple of different eyewitness stories, but mostly it seems like 2 more tiger sharks came and hit her, striking her legs, striking her buttocks. The sharks were punched, I believe, by her mother. They finally get her to shore.
Punched by the mother. That was
trying to get him off of her. So they don't know why multiple sharks attacked like this other than some type of feeding frenzy. I know there's been a scientific investigation, but I don't know the results. The poor girl was finally gotten to shore where apparently there was nobody with first aid training because they just rent the snorkels and the fins to you. No first aid training. Nobody knew what to do other than call for help. And by the time she got to the hospital, she had perished. And there's Good Morning America interview with the father. There's all kinds of PTSD that the mother is going through. So you could go through this as far as you like, but the ironic point is where this was filmed in an island off in the Bahamas and where I physically was back in the late 80s is the same place where this attack occurred 2 years ago.
Wow. Well, thankfully we have a really uplifting movie to get through to take us back from...
Well, you know how I like realism in my movies?
You do.
There you go.
You do. All right. Well, there was a lot of very technical verbiage in that story, Todd. I believe you said buttocks out of respect for the victim. That's very good, man. That's the saddest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's hard to go on. Maybe I should have saved it for a little later. But it felt right after.
Things are going well. Let's talk about the senseless murder by sharks of a little girl in front of her mother.
Yeah, 21-year-old.
And this is when the line, what's worse, seeing them or not seeing them, after we've established they're the bad kind. But now they fight. Now the outburst. Daniel has an outburst.
Yep. Ratcheting number 8. Daniel losing it.
He has a yelly fit, and they start to fight. And they fight good.
Yeah. Could you have just done better, or did they outdo you?
I mean, it's the blame game immediately.
Oh, yeah.
First, it's his fault. He won't stay with the
how
group.
about the silent looking away treatment as women like to do?
Oh, I like to do it too.
When Susan did that.
Have you ever tried it? It's been like, it's really disarming.
So
yeah,
this is a visual.
It's not just one-sided.
This is not a visual medium. Ryan turned to the side.
Do a look away. Do a look away. It really works. But she is blaming him because he wants to do his own thing. And
you can't just go along with the group.
Now, this is when I thought it was a comedy, because he talks about we shouldn't have spent so much time with the eel. Then they yell about the eel, and I started to laugh. And then she started railing him about not swimming towards any of those boats, which were 300 miles away.
Right.
And he gets back to her that they couldn't have gotten there. There's no way. And they're like going at it real pretty
I didn't find anything comedic about this argument.
Well, then the eel made me laugh because
he was petting the eel.
Why spend too much time with fucking eel?
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
then the boat fucking left us.
And he refused to swim. And then it's like, what is he gonna do? And then he drops the bomb. It's her job that caused this.
Because we would have been somewhere else, another place and time.
So my clip happens
Your
here.
fucking job.
My clip happens here.
Oh.
It's the funniest line in this whole movie.
Okay.
Again, which is what I thought why it was a comedy.
Daniel, where's the boat? That's not the funniest line in the movie? Okay.
No, not at all. And this is after he starts to have his, because generally he says it's her job that caused them to settle on this because it limited the amount of time that they could have and the weeks, and they had to settle on this. It could have been something else. They could have gone to any other place ever, and it wouldn't have been a scuba, whatever.
Yeah.
And so this is after he's kind of midway through, like really giving her the business about this. So here's my clip. This is kind of midway through the fight. He's had his go at her. And again, I thought this was quite funny. And maybe you'll tell me that I'm wrong and I'm a total asshole, but I really laughed at this. So midway through the fight, he's blaming her.
And in a month's time, as we planned 7 months ago, we would be where we were supposed to be in the first place and paying less than we are now to be shark bait. God damn it.
I can't even believe you'd bring all that up right now. You were the one that picked the dates.
Oh yeah, of my whopping 2 choices, this was the better date.
I wanted to go skiing.
Oh my God.
Okay, that was funny.
I wanted to go skiing.
Yeah.
Oh God. Now that should be the tagline. Like recut a trailer to this movie with that, like every 8 seconds. I wanted to go skiing.
Yeah, if it was a comedy throughout, for sure. Yeah.
They have their meltdown. They get themselves reconciled pretty fast. They say some pretty hard shit.
It's life or death right here.
Now
you
is
got
when
to.
I'm like, nighttime. I'm scared. I don't want it to be night. I don't want to see nighttime. And they cut to clouds, and it doesn't get dark yet. They see like a large ship.
Yeah.
Again, impossible. This seems even closer. So each of the craft get closer, but they cannot be seen. They decide.
Is this the cargo ship?
Yeah, it's
the big cargo ship that goes by.
Ship.
Yeah.
And how many hours at this point? 10 at least.
So it jumps to 6:45 p.m. They actually clock that on the video,
and they decide.
And then they see the buoy.
This is where the music happens again.
And then they start swimming towards the buoy.
They do another little montage because again, want to kind of keep the atmosphere going.
Yeah.
You have vultures circling.
Because remember, the current's carrying them, so they floated to where they could see a buoy in the distance.
That's where it began. It's the combination of seeing the buoy, the music. It felt like a Coen Brothers film.
I call it buoy, you call it buoy. Ladies and gentlemen, email us at alittleindependentpodcast.com.
David Bowie.
And let us know who is corrupt.
If I lived in a seaside town and I had a Bowie cover band, I'd be David Bowie.
Would it be called Suffragette City?
David Bowie and the Popcorn Shrimp.
My band would be called Daniel, where's the boat?
That sounds like a sex act. David Bowie and the Popcorn Shrimp.
Ugh.
But the music again.
That's gross.
Got me. Like the vultures circling.
Yeah, where the fuck did the vultures come from? That's a good point.
From Birdemic.
They're in open water. And all of a sudden, there's these vultures that know that these 2 humans are going to perish. That was weird.
This is where again I guess maybe you can chronicle something like this by the stages of grief. Like they had their this, they had their that, then they had their blow up fight, and now they're in a weird kind of maybe mania because she finds some hard candy.
So, this is finally a moment of levity after all this. But So the 7 stages of crisis that you just mentioned, when I was back in my trainer days, we used to have an acronym called SADAB-MAG.
Catchy.
Which is for the...
Did you have T-shirts made?
The 7... No, we could do that.
That
though.
could be a
SADAB-MAG
T-shirt with that on the back.
It sounds kind of dirty. SADAB-MAG.
Well, when you say it
like that. All right, so Daniel gets some candy. They have a moment of levity, right? Oh,
because
good.
Her
We got
mouth
some.
gets dry when she does the snorkeling.
Yeah,
snorkels are gross.
Yeah, you are so good at pointing out.
She has some hard candy.
Those little things.
And again, like, don't drop them. They're being real willing.
There's only 5 of them, and they've been out there. It's 6:45 at night now.
They're like Donna and Taryn in the hot tub with diamonds. Uncareful with that candy.
No, Taryn's not careful.
And from the levity, again, good pacing, good editing, immediately, boom, I would call an attack. The first attack on the
Daniel, and it's on Daniel this time. He gets hit by a shark. Yeah. They do a Jaws. He literally gets tugged under the surface. And I think it was Chris that was down there and, pulled him under by his leg.
You love this man. Chris, please get at us. Todd needs you.
He made 3 movies. He didn't even have to make the 3rd one. They got paid $2.5 million.
Okay, I was going to talk about the other movies. Again, we talked about the first one, Grind, right?
Have you no respect for this couple?
But the last movie he made looks pretty cool too. It looks like a horror film.
Yeah, it's like has a
and forgive me, I forget the name.
A ghost aspect to it, or supernatural
really cool.
aspect to it. Yeah. There's one play they're stuck in a house.
He's bitten, and again, really nice, cool shot over, and you see just the blood pooling around him. So
and it's bad.
This is not a nip like she may have had. This is pretty serious.
Yeah, well, he got tugged under a la Jaws, and now it's Susan's turn to take a look and tell him that it's not that bad.
So
Yet
she has to say, find her way through the mist of the blood mist. What? Blood dispersal? I don't know what it is.
He's bleeding profusely.
And she gets her weight strap around him to try to quell some of the bleeding.
Yeah, she does a tourniquet.
The best way he can. And he says, this hurts.
And he's losing his mind. Yeah, he's in severe pain.
Rant when he's losing his mind, and he's like, we don't know anybody who's been bitten by a shark. Yeah. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's only 4 guys on Shark Week that only get bit. Only them. Why me? Now, written... improvised?
Who knows?
What do you think? Does Daniel Travis have what it takes? Because they couldn't name them other names than themselves.
I felt he was terrified.
Blanchard, Susan, Daniel. He couldn't remember anything else.
It's their real names. Susan and, she has to go by Blanchard because of the SAG.
And again, he loses it, and now we have another crazy cut. To the beach, to bartenders and servers getting ready for their shift.
And I love this cut because this is showing where they should be.
I got that too.
They're on the verge of, he's bleeding out from a shark bite. Blanche is losing her mind because she's going to be she cares for him, obviously, but...
Blanche? Why do you keep calling her Blanche?
It's short for Blanchard.
Oh. I didn't know that.
We have a thing.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Blanche was a straight name.
She doesn't know, but her and I got a thing.
Oh, cool. Good.
And so Blanche...
People are going to be looking at her as an 80-plus-year-old woman stuck in the water with this guy, Daniel. You realize that, right?
Yeah, total. So now she has to comfort him, but she knows she can't survive alone. Like if she loses, because she says it, don't you leave me alone.
Okay, well, she's the one with the food. She's not the one that dropped the knife. I think arguably she's the stronger of the two of these.
Oh, we forgot about the knife drop.
Yeah, he drops his knife
when he gets. Well, he was hit by a shark, man.
And this is that cutscene where, there's no soundtrack. It was just ambient noise, and that made it more voyeuristic, kind of like ethereal, like
very good
in your head. Like we should be here.
Yeah,
this is what you'd be hearing, kind of muffled version of that. So I'm giving him some credit for that.
Nice job. I didn't have any of that. I love how you
just the
pick up on the music like that.
Yeah, and when I've seen them using it, I think it happened in The Way a few times where it's clear that they just use the ambient sound or whatever was on the scene.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool. And now we have our night scene. And it's not what I wanted. And in the theater, this was scary as shit.
Well, they do the sunset, then they show the moon, and then they cut to where you mentioned everyone partying, and this is where they should be, and they have the one girl dancing all around,
but the director does a cool thing here, and it's cliche, but he does a cool thing, and it's night. Is that bad enough? You're stranded, shark-infested waters,
storm.
Got to be thunder and lightning.
Got to be a storm. But so this was his masterpiece right here of editing. The way he cut between the flashes of light from the storm to the pitch black with the sounds of them.
Yep.
And the way he edited it, cutting back and forth.
Yep.
I mean, it was really good.
Scary shit.
And this is the the climax of the film.
Yeah, it's really scary.
Yeah.
That is in the theater, even at home, the lights were out.
Yeah.
And you see the more of the one shots, and it's at the end. I didn't remember the shot that stuck with me the most is at the end. But this lightning and thunder, really scary. Now we get to the boat people. The next morning, these assholes are cleaning their shit out.
Yeah.
Now think about this person's business. This boat that took them out. They have one thing a day. That's it. They're fucking off the rest of the day. They don't even clean their shit up when they get back at 11:30.
No, they're partying. They're hitting on all the girls.
So this fucking asshole realizes, there's 2 tanks missing.
Where did these 2 bags come from? He pulls out their IDs,
and that's where you see their first and last names.
And their picture IDs.
Watkins and Kittner, and those are Watkins and Kittner.
Oh, that's where you got it from.
Names. Well, yeah, they're from the IDs.
Fuck.
And there's a reason why.
Well,
Brian, it's so cheesy.
Ryan, that was brilliant.
It's so cheesy, but wait. So the boat guy, they're not around. So what does he do? He calls the hotel. So how much time do they waste while the hotel guy goes, dun, 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 are you there? Oh, they don't seem to be in the hotel.
They got it. Yeah, but you got to go through the steps. Because they're in a moment of disbelief. Like, there's no fucking way we left these people out in the middle of the ocean. We got to check the room.
It's your first thought. Shit, we left these people in the middle of the ocean. Call the hotel just so it looks like we didn't. Taking them down, all of them.
Yeah,
you're done. Anyway, sounds like
it's not the Cecil Hotel's fault that the girl fell in the tank.
So now we got a chopper, we got planes, we got boats, and it's 8:55 a.m. So these people have been under this ordeal for almost 24 hours.
9:45 was when they went in the water the day before. Now, mind you, the real episode that this was based on was 2 days before they found they were missing. So another full day.
So are you saying that our crew...
They were much more in tune. Well,
bunch of pussies, our people here, right? It's one day.
They found it quicker. They were much more efficient.
Well, they get back to our team. They get back to Susan and Daniel, and at first, and seeing it the first time, seeing it the second time, because it had been too much time, and I've done too much damage to myself to have a good memory, and. Daniel's sleeping.
Damage to yourself?
Daniel's sleeping, and he's sleeping, and then you're like, oh no, Daniel's very pale. Oh no, Daniel's dead.
Yeah, so when did you realize he was dead?
A minute into the scene. Like, it wasn't right away. It was like,
because she kisses him on the forehead.
Yeah, it's very slow and deliberate, but it's really cool that you're
I didn't know
at first.
Now I'm trying to remember back, but it feels like I don't think I knew until she actually released him.
Now
you knew it before then.
He looked really pale. He's not moving. And she slowly starts to, again, the camera
I thought he was sleeping.
Back to kind of a medium shot, and you see her detaching his gear.
And Susan does a really good job. And that's I left from Blanche. I like Susan better. And I mean, that moment, she is so detached. She is so separating her mind from her body of what's really happening.
Could you use a body though? Could you?
She kisses him goodbye. He floats away, and then the unthinkable happens.
Does she do that on purpose for what happens?
No, she's in shock, disbelief.
So she lets him go, and again, very slowly.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, what if the tide kept bringing him back? And she's trying to kick him away. She's and the tide just So like she's gone for 5 minutes, and then
that's
just,
because
like, up on her.
Yeah, you didn't want to deal with the reality of the scene. You have to make it into a
you
comedy.
think that's it? Okay.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
your way of
knows
dealing
I'm
with
damaged. So it made me laugh, thinking like he just kept coming back on her, and she's like, "Get the fuck, God damn it,
Get off me! I said I'm not in the mood."
And thankfully, the movie goes on, so I got that juvenile idea out of my head. And not far away, I mean, he does move away from her, and
he's dead. His body floats
it's not
away.
Very far away, though, that he is.
And then the unthinkable
besieged.
happens.
Well,
the unthinkable.
That's the only thing I thought was going to happen.
But when she turned away from that, so the body's floating, or what is above water of the body, and then you see bump, splash, bump, bump, tug, tug, and then when Susan turns away from that, I mean, it was brilliant the way she did. It's like she knows what's happening, but she can't watch it.
I don't think they liked each other very much.
It's not working, Ryan. You're trying.
It's
not a comedy. Sorry.
I laughed at a bunch of parts, and again, there was stuff in there that just got me.
Yeah.
Like certain.
Well, this got
scenes, me. When she lets him go, and then the sharks just fucking eat him, and
they pull the whole thing under.
In the movie, in the theater, I will tell you that it wasn't very well attended, but there were people in there, and the final kind of scene, people gasped. Like you heard
when the body goes under,
because the camera slowly starts to pan out. The sun is kind of coming up, and you see Susan, and she's doing something. And again, very purposefully, it takes a little long time.
Yep.
She's moving. You don't know what's up, and you see her gear.
Yeah, and there's zero emotion on her face. She's very robotic
you
because
can't really see anything of her. I think it's from the back, isn't it?
Yeah,
because like the sun is coming up, she's in total shadow, but
she's just floating by herself, and then there's more and more sharks around her. They're showing all the sharks. She is literally so. Not only did she see Daniel's body to get eaten and tugged under the water, then they're showing these sharks all around her.
The camera.
There must be 50 sharks.
Is
on water level. Yep. And then goes under. And you're like, oh, God damn, that's a lot of sharks. And they're all real sharks around her.
And that's when my buddy was losing his mind in this movie theater.
Ralph,
this Swiss man,
Dolph Lundgren
was like, it's like, holy shit, man. And I'm like, yeah. I know. Holy shit, man. He sounded like
is that Swiss or Sweden? Holy shit, man.
And she just disappears under the water out of nowhere.
She takes off her tanks, and rather than be ripped apart and eaten alive by these 50 sharks that are circling her, she just lets herself go under the waves to drown herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And during the credits, which is a really rough credit sequence because they have some fishermen bringing in a shark that they've caught. It's really real. And they
it was a real shark.
Cut off its fins and all sorts of gross stuff, and that looks really real.
The fins are what make all the money.
Yeah. Gross.
Shark
terrible.
fin soup.
And they cut the stomach open, and the guy says, "Let's see what he ate."
Yep. And now, did you think a body part was going to come out?
No.
I did.
I thought maybe something, but I didn't think.
I thought for sure it was going to be like, Daniel's head or something come rolling up.
Well, a whole-ish fish comes out, a couple other things, and a yellow, pretty sizable yellow video camera.
The same camera
they were using.
That was on his wrist that him and I shared the barracuda moment with. Down, 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 down.
So that's the movie. Hopefully y'all are still with us. We got a little bit more, and I totally get it if we have sponsors at this point and they've decided to pull their sponsorship from us.
Why?
We understand.
What you think we went along?
We're not for everybody.
We went a little long in this one?
But we're for us. There are 2 sequels to this movie, Todd. Have you seen them?
I have not seen them, but I have seen the titles. And I know the third one's A Cage, and the other one is Adrift.
The second one is Adrift. I've seen it. It's interesting. It's, the acting isn't much better, but it's got a really cool premise.
It's not the same writer-director.
I don't know.
No, because he only did 3 films, remember?
Yeah, that's right. So they've just taken this franchise. And then Open Water 3 Cage Dive came out in 2017, also the same year as that surprisingly good movie 47 Meters Down with Mandy Moore, Matthew Modine, where those two girls end up
I
trapped.
seen that like a couple months ago.
It's really good. Oh, you saw it?
Uh-huh.
That was a good movie.
So Mandy Moore or Susan?
One of them.
Who are you going with the actress? Who's the better actress?
Unanswerable question.
Okay.
And so it's interesting that Open Water, just kind of like, you had a bunch of movies about water at the same time, a bunch of movies about disasters at the same time.
Well, you had Blake Lively did The Shallows or whatever that was.
But
that came out.
2 movies about people trapped in, like regular people trapped in shark cages.
Yeah.
So they must have had the inside scoop. As we mentioned, this was filmed over 2.5 years. And a lot of the cast and crew, they spent their holidays and weekends doing it. All in all, Blanchard Ryan and Daniel Travis spent over 120 hours in the water over the course of production.
Man, and
that's a lot.
He had to edit all that down. Holy shit.
The last names. This is why I'm very nerdy.
Okay.
But it took me a minute to catch her name. But her last name is Watkins, and his last name is Kittner. Now, a lot of people who don't like this movie say it was unfairly compared to Jaws. I've never heard this movie compared to Jaws. I think most movies that have sharks in them are automatically compared to Jaws.
You're right.
But there's a little boy who was unfortunately eaten in the movie Jaws, and his name is Alex Kittner.
Oh, get the fuck out.
And the first victim of Jaws in the movie Jaws, her name is Chrissy Watkins. So the last name
the girl,
the main character.
the girl in the dark?
Yeah, Chrissy Watkins.
Well, that's for sure.
Richard Dreyfuss.
That's for sure.
So these are homages to Jaws.
Yes. I just want to take a moment and just applaud your brilliancy there. That was amazing.
Well,
that
again, Kittner is one of those shark names that, like, it's.
If Goldfinger was a movie, it would star you.
In 2013, I don't know if you found this, but star Blanchard Ryan discussed her full nude scene in a podcast interview, including seeing this movie with her parents.
No. Wait, it's a podcast?
No, she did. She discussed it on a podcast, this movie.
Yeah,
a
podcast interview.
She felt the scene was a gratuitous move, but agreed it was necessary because the beginning of the movie was boring and they needed something to wake people up.
I thought they were trying to establish the relationship as a couple, how they were free with each other.
That was her take, her artistic choice.
When
she saw it with her parents at a screening, they both had different reactions. Her father took it in stride because he comes from a sports background. I think he's the GM for a professional sports team. And he has a locker room mentality about nudity.
Wow.
So that's her own father.
Where have I heard locker room talk before?
That sounds like a straight-up weirdo.
What?
Her mom was horrified about seeing her little girl naked on screen. Blanchard Ryan said she and her father laughed about it because her mom was more worried about Ryan taking her clothes off in front of the world than her being in danger swimming with real sharks.
Wow.
So Blanchard Ryan's mom was more worried about the nudity than the swimming with actual sharks.
Yeah. So what would our girl from the Bronze say about her frontal shot?
Yeah, that the bush is gross.
There's the landing strip was a little too much.
Yeah, I think
it should be all gone.
Or no, she took issue with full bush, so I think she would.
She said full bush was gross, and this was certainly not that.
Well, this is. I had a fun time getting back to this movie, and I know I hashed on a little bit came across cheesier with the acting than I remember.
Yeah.
Reviews.
It's time for reviews.
We'll get a jingle.
We started that last week. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna keep it going or not.
900 reviews or so on IMDb. Now, I take IMDb reviews.
Yeah. 900.
900. A lot of them were 1 star. A staggering amount were bad. 256 were 1 star.
Oh, I'm going to sharpen my knives. All right, let's go.
I know I've already kind of turned the steam valve a little, and I'm not trying to put you over the edge. So having gone through so many of them that were bad, I've extrapolated a few commonalities.
Yeah.
These are some commonalities.
In my defense, is typically always the same, so it's very predictable.
We might not be. We might have to take the segment out. Does this affect you bad?
Huh? No, I
like this movie. I had fun watching it. Although I found some things hilarious and unintentionally. That's what this podcast has done to me.
I have issue in the same thing I was picking on you earlier about with the Beethoven, criticism and stuff like that. I have
valid,
issue with people that criticize that have never done it or have only done it once or what have you.
Yeah. That
could sit in their chair and just criticize it's useless.
And we've made it
pointless.
This many years as friends. Because I do that shit a lot.
Well, you do it in a joking manner. You and Jess both do it. It's like a game with you. And then the podcasts that you listen to, I've discovered, do that ad nausea.
Getting a movie made is amazing, especially under these circumstances. So this is a 1 out of 10. A waste of time, filmmakers, actors, and viewers. Ridiculous. I can't believe they spent over 2 years filming this on weekends and vacation time, and that the actors actually put themselves at risk swimming with actual sharks. Taking that risk for this? Here's the spoiler. What was up with that ending? I wasn't even sure what happened to the man at first. Directing, editing, and quote-unquote script on that was completely vague, so it's just up to the actress, I suppose, to convey that he had died. And how idiotic that she'd just push him off instead of hang on to him. Retain his body for a proper funeral. Use him for flotation. Use his equipment. Knife, examples given. He dropped the knife. For possible tools of survival. And then, when she submerges herself, I said, is that it? Is she drowning herself? Is she just hiding from sharks? Ha! And then fade to black. Yeah, whatever. Talk about inability to write a scenario and direct with competence. 2 more annoying things. 1, the boob shot. It stood out like a sore ... thumb. So glaringly gratuitous. I felt embarrassed for the actress because it was so unnecessary, despite what the producer said in the optional commentary on the DVD. Which brings me to the annoying thing number 2, the optional commentary on the DVD. The producer, the director's wife, must be one of the most irritating people in the biz. In one breath, she's trying to be deep about the bland story, and in the next, she's selling this entire cheap project as something stupendous. Shut up. Fade to black.
Oh, boy. Where do I begin?
All right, and the last one, again, this one's a little longer. Maybe I'll cut some of this.
Is this a 1
this
star?
This is a positive.
Okay, this is the good one.
Yep. And it's titled, You People Just Don't Get It. Open Water was one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. Being a complete dive bum, I haven't dived in open water with nobody but myself before. If you can't relate to this, then don't write a review telling how awful the movie is, because Open Water is exactly the opposite.
Amen, brother.
Based on a true story, Open Water is a terrifying, once again, for those of us who can actually relate, experience with the emotional horrors of loneliness. People say that the movie is boring because there is no other setting other than the ocean for an hour and a half. But you have to truly love the ocean and its beauty in order to find where the heart of the film lies. Being alone in the water with no one around except bull sharks, who, by the way, are rated as the #1 most deadly shark in the world, ahead of the great white,
Caribbean reef sharks,
is absolutely horrific. It doesn't take much intelligence to hate this film, because thoughts and experience with the ocean itself are necessities to understand this film's message. Oh my God. I've also dived at nighttime as well. As all professional scuba and freedivers know, this is a very, very dangerous and unnecessary risk to take. If I learned anything about night diving in the ocean, it's a sickening, nervous feeling in your stomach. You can't really see what's ahead until you come almost face to face with whatever lies ahead, such as a coral reef. Never have I night dived again. Night diving by far is the most petrifying thing I've ever done. This is probably the reason that I had to bite down on my napkin during the night scene with the tiger shark. So this guy chastises you if you watch this movie having not been a diver, and he had to chomp down on his napkin during the night scene, so he was eating this during Din Din.
Well, if you criticize it, for said reasons and never have. And
he
never
talks
have
about
done
himself
it. So
a lot.
I agree with that.
Free dive.
100%.
As I said before, it takes true experience with the ocean in relationship to the characters to understand why this movie is one of the greatest. Also, just a piece of knowledge: the story that this is based off is still labeled as an unsolved crime. The myth that detectives and police will never know is that it may have been a setup. I'm unsure how this information was released, but it has been said that the husband was planning for this in order to make his wife's murder look like an accident. This is most likely not true, but I'm just giving you some harmless knowledge.
Yeah, there was a bunch of those
Overall,
scenarios.
Open Water is a completely realistic. They use real bull sharks, insight into loneliness and fear. I have an abundance of experience and take it from a dive bum myself. No other movie tells the truth of fear like Open Water.
So, unfortunately, it's written that it's Caribbean reef sharks, which are much more harmless than bull sharks. Bull sharks and tiger sharks are both there. Tiger shark is what hit the young lady that I mentioned earlier, the 21-year-old that was killed in 2019. Bull sharks, tiger sharks, both man-eaters, very dangerous. These were Caribbean reef sharks that were being wrangled by one of the top shark wranglers.
Stewart Cove.
In the Stewart Cove, in the biz. And under their wetsuits, they had full metal mesh, protection in case they did get nipped at. So they were being as safe as they could be.
They were. Well, man, I'm still never going to scuba dive ever.
Well, and I have to take, my hat is completely off to these two actors for getting in the water. And, of course, the writer-director who filmed it in the water with them, because there is no fucking way I would get in the water with those sharks.
Yep.
And that man and that woman did it for how many hours?
120 total.
120 hours of filming. They were in the water with those sharks. And who knows if a bull or a tiger shark decides to show up, because they're throwing chum in the water.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, on that note, fuck that.
I ain't doing it.
This movie was fun. Thank you for bringing me back to the terror I felt in the theater watching this movie with the Swiss.
In San Francisco.
My friend. Good times. Well, hey, until the next time.
Yeah, a speed race to the ending as we want to do. And Ryan.
Oh, we got to let these people have their lives too.
Yeah.
We can't all just be our sweet, savory voices.
Oh, but it's so sweet.
Hey, Todd.
Yes, Ryan.
We will always have
Monty Doro.
Who are those guys?
You'll love it. It's just a little independent.
Love it. It's just as little independent. You know what I mean? You're about to say
You'll love it. It's just a little independent. You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent.
love it. It's just a little independent. Like, it's just
like I'm introducing a movie to you.
Like you're about to.
Oh. All right, yeah.
Just a little independent.